How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about Dollar Mocap. This is an app that's going to allow you to do facial and body motion capture, sometimes at the same time, without the need of any motion capture suit, with just one camera. You don't need an iPhone. It can be an Android phone. It can be any webcam, any camera, and you can do it live for VTubing, or you can just do a video if you want to just have that animation inside Unreal. And I'm going to show you how to do it, and I'm going to show how it works with a MetaHuman. So let's get started. Okay, now let's take a look on how this works. As you can see, I have my MetaHuman here on screen, and he is in a bit of a different pose. He's in T pose, and this is part of how the Dollar Mocap works. Let's go into the content, and you can see down here I have two folders, one named Dollar and one named Dollar MetaHuman. If you go into this one, you can find one blueprint that you will need. It's the Dollar receiver. So the way this works is whenever you have the program up, if you have it in the same computer, the receiver will act like, if you've done any mocap, you've always had a receiver, or if you use Rococo, you have the wireless router. This will be kind of like your router in that case. It's very similar to what LiveLink does. It's just not LiveLink. You have your own blueprint right here, which makes it very easy to work with. It can be a little bit different if you have it on different computers, if you have in different actors, but for a single character, single actor coming out of either Dollar Mono or Dollar Ego, it works with this. Just throwing the receiver on the environment. Now let's talk about what happened to the MetaHuman. We go into the MetaHuman blueprint. You're gonna see that, let's put in the viewport. I have a couple of different things here, because for this to activate it, you gotta go into class settings, and you have to have this blueprint, which comes in one of the folders. And you also have to add the animation blueprint, which is this one right here. This is what actually gives it the T-pose, and it's going to give it all the things that it needs to work. Now, when it comes to the face, is a little bit more complex, and it's something that you have to do. But they do have a good tutorial, which I'll link down in the description below, which includes how to do this. It's very easy. It's just time consuming. You just add some nodes here, add this node, and just load each one of the controllers and just link it to the other one. Then you're done, and you can just export this blueprint to other projects, and you don't have to do it again. So it's actually pretty easy to work with. What you're seeing right here is the interface of Dollar Mono. Dollar Mono is the one that's going to get you facial and body motion capture at the same time. This is the one that I would actually recommend if you are doing VTubing, because you can run it and you can just start recording. The best thing is this all comes from one camera. So you don't need to have like one for the face and one for the body. It all comes from one camera, and you can decide here where you want your motion capture to be. So this one right here is if you're sitting on a desk, which is a usual VTubing setting. And this one is jumping. So this is if you are doing any action that is different in height. So you're coming off the ground, something like that. This one is the standing one. These last two, as recommended on the website, they're also the ones that you want to use if you want to come forward or backwards to the camera, just taking into account that when your body disappears from the camera, there may be some difference in the animation. It's not going to be as accurate. So you always want to have your body fully in camera. Now I'm going to leave this one at the desk. This one is just a toggle facial mocap here if you want it or not. And this one is to calibrate. This button also allows you to record. It records VHVs. I just find the VHVs have a little bit of a complicated setting just to bring it into Unreal, so I'm not even going to touch that. Then you have your settings, where if you are doing different targets, you can set it up here. When it comes to Unreal, all you have to do is check the UE stream. I didn't even change this number. It's just the default number. With my contact at the company that does this, is that if you're going to do more than one character, or if you're going to do Ego and Mono at the same time, then you will need to change these numbers. Now down here you have sensitivity, And tolerance, the more sensitive it is, the higher processing power it's going to be using. I like to leave it here. If you go with super sensitive, I feel that it creates some jittering because from what I've heard, it starts to look at every single frame and starts to kind of like accommodate that skeleton to every single frame, and it has trouble. So this is kind of like the sweet spot for me. I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's first try it with a video. So all we have to do is go here into source and we go to video file. And as you can see, here's the video, which is the same video that you saw from the intro. As you can see, it's only animating the top portion of the face. I'm sorry, of the body. And it's also animating the face as well. As you can see, this is the same thing that I showcased last week on Twitter. If you come from Twitter, by the way, you should follow me there too. Now, because I have Unreal on, then I can stream it down to Unreal. One of the things that I think it's a little bit detrimental in this application is the fact that you cannot pause the video. So you have to kind of time it whenever you want to record it. And it could be a bit of a hassle if you're doing it with video. But again, those are problems that could be taken care of in the coming future. But for now, it doesn't have a pause or play the video that you loaded in. So let's go here into Unreal. And we're going to throw in the dollar receiver over on our scene. We're going to go back to our metahuman. And as you can see, our dollar receiver pops up. And our metahuman is not doing anything yet because we have to start playing or simulating. I always like to do it in simulating. And as you can see, the metahuman is animating fine. Now, it's only animating the body. As you can see, even though I have facial animation here, I just put them side by side. And as you can see, I'm animating. And it's animating the fingers pretty well. It was a little bit of a hitch because it's trying to load the video again. But as you can see, if you're seeing it in real time, both at the same time, working pretty well. Now let's look at how to load this with the face. I'm gonna go into the face of my metahuman, and it's using the anim blueprint that doesn't have the face changes. So I'm just gonna throw in, sorry, not throw in, but add this one right here. And we're gonna load this. Okay, once we press play, you can see that metahuman is actually not only doing the finger motion, but it's also doing facial motion capture. Now, it's not up to the level of metahuman animator, because metahuman animator is really something else and it takes a lot of processing. But for real time and for things with video, this is amazing. I think this would probably require some cleanup, but the cleanup wouldn't even be that bad. By the way, every mocap requires cleanup, just so you know. Now, let's test this into a live setting. Okay, now for the live setting, as you can see, I have my webcam-ish on. This is actually, I'm using my phone as a webcam with this application. There's tons of applications that you can do this. One of the things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the mic all the way back here. Hopefully you can still hear me. I think you can. And then I'm going to take this out of frame and hopefully this won't crash. So camera, we have webcam here, click OK. All right, now you can see, and hopefully you can hear me, this thing working, and it works pretty good. We're doing some live recording, and I think this app is perfect for VTubing. So if you're doing some VTubing, you don't have an iPhone, and as you can see, I'm not wearing anything. I'm not wearing any motion capture. This thing is capturing the fingers very well. I'm very impressed with the finger capture for this. Now, there are some limitations, of course, but it can do finger spread, which I think is pretty interesting. Other than that, you can see that it does things pretty well. It's capturing my face, even though my face is not right up close. And yeah, there are some little in-betweens. It's not capturing things 100%, but again, I'm pretty sure this app is just going to get better. And if you just want to do some VTubing, start VTubing with metahumans, with any characters that you want to have inside Unreal, like I've showed you before with Metapipe, you pretty much can add any character that you want to Unreal Engine with a metahuman rig. So that way you can just do VTubing like everybody else. As you can see, it's very easy. There's not much to it. It works pretty well. Let's do the axe test. Let's see, because the finger capture is so good. I want to see if it can get it. Oh, funny enough, it can. It does pick up my left hand, and it picks up my finger motion, which is pretty impressive. Now the problem is, if I actually start playing, then you can see that it picks up the guitar as part of the rig. Like that's why it's doing some weird stuff with my fingers over here. But so far, this is very impressive. Maybe when this gets a little bit better, I'll do an update and I'll do some playthrough with my guitar. But yeah, I can do chord shapes. Oh, okay. Honestly, I haven't tested this part before. I'm just testing it right now, and I was not expecting it to work this good. Very impressed. Okay, this is this other app that I wanted to show you. This is the Ego or Egao. I don't know how to pronounce it, whatever. This is mostly for facial capture. As you can see, sorry, I have my camera to one side, but let's activate my metahuman. And you can see that the facial motion capture is pretty good. I think the facial motion capture for this part it's a little bit better. And like I said, if you don't have an iPhone and you just want to do facial mocap, this is a way to do it. And I think it's very inexpensive. We're going to talk about the price in a little bit. But as you can see, it's not perfect. It's not MetaHuman Animator, but it gets you there. I'd say it gets you there at least 60%. And as you can see, you can just live stream. Maybe you have idling animation and you just want to live stream your face like this. You can just use this application. They do have other applications, one that works with the bite tracker, one that works with the depth camera, which unfortunately I can't test because I don't have that equipment. But I'm just bringing you this one so you guys can see that there are other methods that you can use to get motion capture if you don't have a motion capture suit or if you don't have an iPhone. All right, here we are on the website, which I will leave links in the description down below. You can try this app for free here in the download for free, but you can also purchase, because again, this isn't free. The download for free is just a trial. So if you go to buy now, you see that you have the various different setups. You have the Dollar Mono. It's a lifetime license, mind you. So that means no subscription, which I think is pretty cool. No subscriptions, no tokens. Those are things that I'm not too on board with. There's also some upgrades over here. If you do have that depth camera, which again, haven't tested because I don't have that equipment. The Dollar Ego, which is the offline license. You don't even have to be online to test this out. It's just $19. So, and I know people from all around the world watch me, and sometimes $19 could be steep, but I think from all the applications that do this, I think $19 is one of the most inexpensive ones, and this is why I'm recommending it. There's also going to be a coupon code below that they have given me, so you guys can take advantage of that discount. Now, I'm not sponsored by them per se. They just send me the software. I'm not getting paid to make this video. They just say, hey, look at this, try it out. If you want your audience to have a coupon code, let us know. I tested the software. I think it's pretty good. And I told them, yeah, let's get that discount for you guys. It's down in the description down below. So if you buy from them, then you'll get some nice discount for purchasing these products. And again, there's no subscription from the look of it. And that's one of the things that I think it's also very valuable for this service. Alright everybody, that is it for this video. If you'd like me to make more videos on this application, please leave so in the comment section below, and I'll make more tutorials on how to set things up from scratch and everything. Today was just about demonstrating how everything works. If you do get the app, I would love to know how it works for you, how you're using the app. Just sound in the comments down below. Always leave a like for the YouTube algorithm, goes a long way. There's also going to be more videos on replicant, so please stay tuned for the next video because the replicant video is going to be very fun. I also have some equipment that a company is sending me. I tease that on Twitter, so you should follow me over there because I sometimes post information on Twitter that I don't post here on the channel. Make sure you follow me over there. Make sure you follow the Discord if you have any questions. If you want to give to the channel, there's a Patreon. All the patrons are on screen right now. And there's some perks for you if you join the Patreon. And I'll see you in the next one.